3-1 pitch, strike two. So count is now full on Jax Latham. Jaron Camellia winds the pitch. Strike three, strikes out the side. And so, nothing doing for the Hawks in the sixth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 5 1/2 innings, the Pacelli Vikings holding a 7-2 lead on Heritage. You're watching Vikings baseball on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Down. High prices at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. New Chevy Silverado 4x4 LTZ crew cabs discounted up to $13,750 off. Brand new 2025 Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV with high-tech features, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Get your grills out this summer with Pepsi, the official beverage of Grills Night Out.
All righty, we are back. Bottom of the sixth inning. Pacelli leading the Heritage Hawks by a score of 7-2. It's been a really good night for the Vikings. Jacob Velos going 5 strong innings on the mound. Jaron Camellia coming in for the sixth and striking out the side. Bottom of the sixth inning. We'll see what the Vikings can do. They have scored in 4 of the 5 innings of this ball game. And coming to the plate is the top of the order. Connor Zitrauer will lead things off. And it's been a busy night for Zitrauer. In the first inning, hit by a pitch, he would go on to score. He struck out in the second. But in the fourth, single to right field. It got kicked around, and he would go on later on to score again. So Zitrauer, 1 for 2 on the night. He came into the night hitting .500 anyway, so he's still right there. Sean Covey on the mound now in relief for the Hawks, delivering his first pitch to Zitrauer. Swing and a miss and a high fastball. Kind of came out of his shoes on that one. Strike one. Zitrauer with good power. He's got 2 home runs on the season. One of those came against Heritage in the first meeting back on February 19th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Covey's going to be a little bit careful with Zitrauer. They already know how much power he has. 1-1 delivery. A little bit up. Zitrauer thought about it. Held off. So 2-1 count now on the Vikings senior first baseman. Two-one pitch. Breaking ball. A little bit high. 3-1. Zitrauer making the most of his senior year after losing most of his junior year, getting hurt in the first game of the season, have to sit out the rest of the year. He's come back with a vengeance, to say the least. Covey winds. Here's your 3-1 pitch. Zitrauer rips it, just clubs it, but gets way out in front of it, winds up on the softball field. Hey, wait a minute. I'm parked in kind of that direction. Hold off on that stuff. All right. It's a full count now on Connor Zitrauer here in the bottom of the sixth inning of Vikings with that 7-2 lead. The wind and the pitch. Ball 4, a little bit up. And Zitrauer on base once again. He's been on base 3 or 4 times. He's come to the plate. And that brings up Nolan Vaughn, the center fielder.
Now batting, number 8, Nolan Vaughn.
We've seen a lot of Nolan here. He's made a lot of circuits tonight. First inning, walked and scored. Third inning, singled and scored. Fourth inning, singled and scored. One more time, we will see. Covey out of the stretch. First pitch to Vaughn. A little bit up. Vaughn has to lean back. Ball 1. Zitrauer leading off first. Covey in the stretch. 1-0 pitch. Vaughn sending it to short left field, and the left fielder comes in, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And that brings up Cam Carino to the plate. Carino now playing second base. Started tonight at shortstop.
Number 1, Cam Carino.
But when they made the pitching change, Cam slid over to second from short. Jacob Vilos off the mound back to his usual spot at shortstop. First pitch to Cam. Swing and a miss, strike 1. By the way, Zitrar does have 1 stolen base on the season, so let's see what happens here. Carino, sacrifice bunt that got thrown away and a run scored on it. He walked and got on an throwing error by the shortstop, which brought in 2 runs in the 4th inning. All right, 1-1 pitch coming from Sean Covey. He looks over at first. Checking Zitrar. And the 1-1 pitch. Driven to right field, sliced to right, and the right fielder has problems with it. And here we go, off to the races. Zitrar sprinting to third. Cam keeps on going. Zitrar comes to the plate, and he tries to run over the catcher. He is tagged out. Okay. And there's a bit of an argument. Head coach Johnny Estrada coming out. There is a question on whether Zitrar will be allowed to come into the plate like that. He came in standing up and did not slide. Umpires are now conferring whether to find out whether Zitrar will be allowed to remain in the game. Zitrar is out. And he has been tossed from the game for trying to run over the catcher. Rules were changed a few years back that you cannot run over the catcher in a collision at the plate. And so Zitrar is done for the night. Of course, both head coaches are former catchers. Johnny Estrada, of course, a former catcher for the Atlanta Braves, and Cam, and of course Casey Rasmus, caught for 3 years in the Cardinals organization. And so that's that for the out.
Now batting, number 6, Jacob Vilos.
So we got 1 out here, runner on third, or 2 outs here rather, and the runner on third, Jacob Vilos at the plate. Vilos is grounded to third, brought in a run. He had a sac fly, brought in a run, and then another run scored on an error. Or, excuse me, he got on an error. No run scored on that one. Swing and a miss here. Strike 2. 0-2 count on Jacob Vilos, who's now playing shortstop. Vikings with a 7-2 lead. Sean Covey out of the wind. The 0-2 pitch. And he lines it, a flare out in the left field, but it's over the shoulder catch by shortstop Robbie Knight, and that ends the inning. But in the inning, no runs on no hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. So after 6, the Pacelli Vikings holding a 7-2 lead over Heritage. You're watching Vikings baseball on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC has got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Here we go. Now, High prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs discounted up to $14,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety discounted up to $7,500 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the web.
All right, a little change in the lineup for the Vikings. Austin Dannison going into play first for Connor Zittrower, who got tossed for trying to run the catcher over, which is a no-no.
Leading off for the Hawks, number 11, Nate Griffith.
And for the Hawks, coming here in the top of the 7th inning, it's 7-8-9 as they try to extend the game. Nate Griffith coming up to lead off. He pinch hit in the 5th inning and struck out and remained in the game in right field. Jaron Camilla on the mound. Fastball fouled off, out of play. 1-1 count. Jaron's come in and strike out the first 3 hitters he faced. Did it on 7 pitches. No. It's 4. No, yeah, it was 7 pitches. No. It was 6 pitches. It was a good 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Let's just say he had a good inning. I wasn't counting pitches. I have to take my shoes off to do that probably anyway. All right, 2-1 count now on Griffith. Going to wind up the pitch. Fastball catches the corner, 2-2. Jaron's been on target for sure, coming in relief. This is his 2nd inning in relief of Jacob Velos. Strike 3, looking. So that's 4 strikeout, 4 batters for Camilla. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning as the Vikings try to nail down a 7-2 victory over Heritage. That brings up Andrew Arendt. Arendt singled in the 5th inning and scored. He also walked in the 2nd. First pitch, breaking ball, slips out of Jaron's hand, goes behind Arendt. 4-1. So the 1-0 pitch. Fastball, a little bit low. Ball 1, or ball 2 rather. 2-0 count now on Andrew Arendt. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Vikings trying to finish things off. 2-0 pitch, strike 1. Jared stepping off. Back on. Reset. Let's go. The wind and the 2-1 pitch. A little bit low. 3-1. The Vikings, of course, have got 2 games set up for tomorrow. They'll play Evangel out of Alabaster at noon, and then a night game at 8 o'clock versus Elmore County. Those games are part of the Border Wars held every year by Glenwood. They will also have 1 more game set up for Saturday. If they run the table, they have a shot at playing the championship game Saturday night. All right, 3-2 pitch. A little bit outside, ball 4. So Arendt walks with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Bring up Sean Covey.
Now batting, number 10, Sean Covey.
Who started the night at 3rd base and has now come in to pitch. He's pitched 2 solid innings, actually. Done a nice job. Jared now working out of the stretch with Arendt on first base. Comes set. And the first pitch to Covey. Catches the corner. Knee high on the corner. Paint the black. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 count now on Sean Covey. Jaron Camilla. Out of the stretch. Delivery. Outside in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-2 count now. Catcher Levi Thompson is set up outside, and the pitch was destined for there. He was thinking about firing it down to first because Aaron's taking a pretty solid lead off first. All right, Camilla, stretch, and a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, changeup, up and out of the zone. So 2-2 count now. 2-2 pitch. Swing fouled off. Popped up and hit the hit. It hit the batter. It never feels good, ever. I speak from experience as a catcher. That never feels good. Timeout while Kobe walks it off. Oof. Jaren's pitched a great, he's done a great job in relief. He struck out the first 4 hitters he faced, and then the walk. So another shot at it, 2-2 count. Visually checks the runner, goes into the stretch, and the 2-2 pitch. Covey lines it to left field. Maglione makes the catch out in left. It was right at him, and the ones that are hit right at you sometimes are the hardest because you have no lateral movement. It's coming right at you, and you have to judge whether you're going to go in or out. Those are tough, and I wasn't an outfielder either, so I can tell you that much. So 2 outs now.
Batting, number 8, Landon Justice.
Landon Justice, the top of the order coming up. Justice trying to extend the ball game. The Vikings, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th with a 7-2 lead. 1 runner on. Jaron Camilla looking to finish things off. So far in this ball game, Justice is grounded to first, flew out to right, and walked. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Jaron taking the side from Levi Thompson. The stretch. 1-0 pitch. Errant goes. Levi throwing down to second. Errant slides in. Perfect throw. Just a touch late. That throw was a one-hopper. Came up right up shoulder level. But it's a stolen base for Andrew Errant. So runner at second, 2 outs and a 1-1 count. Landon Justice trying to extend it. Jaron Camilla on the mound trying to shut it down and close it out. And the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, gets past Levi Thompson. Thompson scoops it up, puts it in his pocket. And Aaron goes to third on the wild pitch. All right, so 2-1 count. Jaron winding now with a runner on third. The pitch, a little bit low, 3-1 now. 3-1 count, 2 outs here. Top of the 7th, Pacelli with a 5-run lead. Trying to shut the door and chalk up win number 5. Here's the wind at 3-1. Grounded to first. Dannison makes the catch, steps on first, and that is your ball game. Put it in the books. The Pacelli Vikings have chalked up another victory. The Vikings taking this one by a final score of 7-2. A great pitching outing from Jacob Velos and Jaron Camilla, and some pretty solid hitting as well. Good play, making the most of not that many hits. The Vikings only putting up 4 hits on the board, but posting up 7 runs. A well-done performance, good defense, good all-around ball game. So the win goes to Jacob Velos. Velos going 5 innings, giving up just 4 hits and 2 runs, walking 2, striking out 6. Jaron Camilla finishing it off those 2 innings. He doesn't earn a save because it wasn't a save situation. But what a great outing. 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, and walking just 1. A great ball game. At the plate, you got Connor Zitrauer scoring twice. He had a hit. Then Nolan Vaughn with 1 hit, but scored 3 runs. He made the most with 2 walks, stole a base as well. Cam Carino, 3 stolen bases on the night to give him 10 for the season. Not a bad. Didn't have a hit. Got on 3 times on errors. 1 on a sacrifice bunt. Like I said, it was making the most of not a lot of bat offense, but taking advantage of all the errors, good base running, and everything else. So put this one in the books. The Pacelli Vikings chalking up a 7-2 victory over the Heritage Hawks. They move to 5-3 on the season. Pacelli will be back in action tomorrow at the Border Wars at Glenwood. They will take on Evangel Christian, the Lightning, at noon, and then we'll play Elmore County at 8 o'clock in the second game of the tournament. So, for producer Toygar Arla, I'm Dave Plata. Thanks for watching. You've been watching Pacelli Vikings baseball on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.